The Ryan and Ryan Power Hour podcast on SportsTownChicago.com. Welcome back to Ryan and Ryan here on SportsTownChicago.com. I'm Ryan Stuprich.
And I'm Ryan Risky. And before we get into the Bears talk, we're just going to finish up our Cubs talk, where we were talking about the bullpen situation. Now we're going to talk about the way Joe Maddon does his lineup.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
And then we'll just briefly talk about the restroom situation at Wrigley Field, because it sounded like it was criminal.
Yeah, it definitely seemed like it was. But they got the porta potties now. So.
And those are the men's restrooms that they were showing. They didn't show how long the women had to wait. Could you imagine that? I mean, they probably were in line the whole game.
Yeah, that's not good. But hopefully they figured it out. Although the game on Wednesday, there was only, I think, 24 or 25,000. So,
where there was less.
There wasn't going to be a bathroom issue, really.
No. Can you imagine, though, how much money all the people on opening night spent, and then they saw him get shut out and then missed a lot of the game while waiting to use the restroom?
Yeah, that is not fun.
I think the cheapest ticket was like $120, too.
And that was way up high, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, it's to see him get shut out, miss a ton of the game because of the restroom line.
Yeah, just to be safe on Tuesday, I think I'm going to not go to the bathroom there. I'm going to try not to anyway.
Yeah, I mean, it shouldn't be that bad on Tuesday since they've got the 70 portable restrooms, and throwing the fact that there'll probably only be 20,000 or 25,000.
Yeah, it's not going to be a whole lot of people. It's not going to be like opening night where it'll be 45,000 in there. So,
or 35.
Yeah, so that's not. So I think it'll be okay.
Yeah, I was looking forward to seeing the Cubs score their first run on Tuesday, and then it got canceled.
That would have been kind of fun, but they canceled it prematurely. But yeah,
for no reason.
Seriously, no reason. I think it was because of the bathroom issue.
I was furious when I found out it was canceled because the forecast was good.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to rain until later in the night, after the game was over and everything, so not good. And then, of course, Joe Maddon, as we sort of expected, but it was very interesting because the Cubs most certainly would have scored a run in that second inning, as we were talking about off the air.
Yeah, potentially, because having the pitcher bat eighth, well, you have a guy on third, 2 outs, pitcher's number 8 spots up. Oh, wait, you bat the pitcher 8, so he struck out. I mean, if it's Travis Wood, maybe you could bat him 8th. If it's like a really good hitting pitcher, except John Lester's pitched in the American League his whole career.
Right.
I mean, do you think he knows how to hit?
I think he struck out on 3 pitches, too.
Yeah, I think the third one was just a called third strike. And the thing about it is, why is the pitcher not batting 9th? He's probably the worst hitter on the team. And he's only going to bat once or twice, depending on how he does. And if he bats more than that, that means your offense is scoring a ton of runs. And you don't really need him to do much. I mean, if he's going to pitch 6 or 7 innings, he'll bat 2 times, maybe 3. If he bats more than that, it's because your offense is scoring a ton of runs and he's pitching well, and you don't even need him to hit. I mean, it's just stupid. And you want a second leadoff hitter? Well, I don't know if you want your leadoff hitter as the number 9 hitter, and then your number 2 hitter would become your number 3. I mean, it's just stupid. I mean, more often than not, you're going to need your number 8 hitter to come through more than your number 9 hitter. Where I'd rather have my number 8 hitter drive in a run than have the number 9 hitter potentially being a second leadoff man.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm sure that's the thinking behind it, but
which is stupid. Bat Soler 4th, because that's how when they were scoring a lot of runs last year was with Rizzo 3rd, Soler 4th, and then either put Castro 2nd or put him after them, or put La Stella 2nd. He's a good hitter. He never strikes out, and he makes contact and he walks.
Or you could lead off, or you could have Coughlin bat 2nd, or
right, Coughlin too. Coughlin or Alcantara.
Or back in the lineup, or Alcantara.
Yeah,
I mean, there's a whole lot of options.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Coughlin's a number 5 hitter. I mean, exactly.
No, not a 5. I was thinking more 6, 7, or 2.
I think, or a 2. I mean, because the thing I like about Coughlin is he hits the ball. Like, when he makes contact, it's just like a beautiful line shot. I mean, he never hits like the weak pop-ups, weak grounders. He always makes hard contact.
Well, you could bat Montero 5th, which I don't know if they were doing that, but you could bat
Montero.
No, he was like 7th. Yeah,
7th
is a little too low for him, I think.
I mean, he hit a sacrifice fly. I think he might have been 6th. I mean, that's still too low. Montero should be 5th, Soler 4th. I mean, maybe you could have Montero 7th if Castro is 6th.
Right.
I mean, there's a lot to play with in this lineup. Have Coughlin or La Stella bat second, have the pitcher bat ninth, like every single National League team in the league does. I mean, to me, this is like when the old Blackhawks owner, Bill Wirtz, didn't televise home games. Well, if you're the only one that's doing something and no other teams are doing that, you're the one that's doing it wrong.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it.
I mean, he didn't televise home games because he didn't think because he thought that was why people weren't going to the games.
It's like, that's not why.
That's not why. I mean, it's just like this. I mean, there's a reason that you're the only one that's doing it. I mean, it's not. I mean, why do you want two leadoff hitters? I mean, Dexter Fowler's your leadoff hitter, not your number 2 hitter. I mean, to me, it just makes no sense because I don't think I've ever run into. I mean, usually I like when your pitcher leads off the inning. I mean, he's probably going to make an out, and then you've just got your next 2 guys to work with where what if the number 8 hitter needed to drive in a run and he could have done it?
Yeah, because it probably would have happened. I mean, obviously every situation is different, but it definitely could have. They definitely could have scored a run.
Yeah, they probably could have. I mean, all that money. I just feel bad for all the people that went to that game with all that money that was spent.
Mm-hmm. And then they were waiting in the bathrooms. They got shut out.
Didn't really seem.
It was cold at night. That's not good.
I mean, at first I was disappointed I wasn't gonna be at opening night, except I was at the Blackhawks Blues game, which I was fine that I wasn't at opening night, and it turns out, I mean, the Blues won 2-1, except, I mean, I was glad that the Hawks scored.
Yeah, at least you saw them score. All right, yeah, so I agree with you with all that stuff with Joe Maddon and stuff. Hopefully
he figures it out and realize, that was like last year, Renteria batting Baez second. Your number 2 hitter is supposed to get on base for your 3, 4, 5. They're not supposed to be driving in the runs. Solaire's supposed to be driving in runs, not scoring them.
Right. So hopefully it'll get all figured out. All right, moving on to the Bears. Just real quick, we're just going to reiterate sort of what they've done this offseason, not necessarily talking about, what they're going to do next season, but sort of talking about what they've have so far.
I was actually wondering this yesterday. You know how Jerry Reinsdorf just doesn't believe in firing people?
Right.
I was actually wondering if he was the owner of the Bears, if Mark Trestman would have been fired.
I think he would have had to. Right, there's no other option.
I mean, a lot of people have been calling for Hahn to be fired, and he hasn't.
Yeah, but Hahn hasn't done nearly as bad as Trestman yet. I guess he could, especially if this year turns into be a big bust.
Mm-hmm.
But,
I'm sure they'll just fire Ventura and then say that Hahn's been doing a good job, like they've been doing.
Right. So here's some of the incoming free agents that the Bears will have next season that they signed in free agency.
I think they released some roster numbers today. I think I saw Royals going to be 19.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's kind of cool, too, that they already have done that. Yeah, they're doing a lot up in Hallis Hall. They're making this more efficient. They're making this a better place to play, at least. Sam Echo, or H.O., I don't know how to say his name, but he's the linebacker that went from the Cardinals to the Bears. Alan Ball,
the cornerback.
He's coming from the Jaguars. Vladimir Ducasi's coming from the Vikings. Mason Foster from Tampa Bay. Jarvis Jenkins from Washington. Ray McDonald from San Francisco. Pernell McPhee from Baltimore.
That's the guy that I like.
Yes, I like Pernell McPhee too. Will Montgomery from Denver. Antrell Roll, the safety from the Giants. Jaquez Rogers, he'll be backup running back for Forte from the Atlanta Falcons. Eddie Royal, as we said, he's from the Chargers.
He'll be wearing number 19.
And Thomas Gafford, long snapper from Kansas City. So they've done a lot.
Yeah, there's been one thing about the Bears that I've been trying to figure out is, I mean, usually with all my teams I have a favorite player, and for the Bears, it was Hester, and when he left, it became Marshall. And now that Marshall's been traded, I don't know who my favorite player is because I'm just so mad at every single player that plays for the team.
Mine for the last 2 years has been Alshon Jeffrey, so we'll have to see.
Yeah, no, mine's not Jeffrey. I don't know. I mean,
before Jeffrey, I think it was Charles Tillman.
Last year, I disliked so many players just because they played for the Bears, just because of what an awful season it was.
Yeah.
I really don't know who my favorite Bears player is now. I mean, there's a chance it could be Pernell McPhee.
Is it Jay Cutler?
No. I'm a Cutler supporter. It's definitely not Cutler. We'll see what they do in the draft. If they draft Amari Cooper, it'll probably be him.
All right. The re-signed players, there's only been 3 re-signed players so far for the Bears: Jimmy Clausen, Sherrick McManus, and Dante Rosario.
Okay, I was going to ask, is Roberto Garza on that list? I know they cut him.
Yeah, he's not re-signed. And then some players who have signed with other teams. Of course, it just came out yesterday. Charles Tillman signs with the Panthers. Stephen Paya signed with the Redskins.
I was
and
glad
Chris
Conti
is playing with Lovey-Dovey.
Yeah, I can't
Tampa.
say that I'm so glad Conti's gone. I don't miss Paya just because he only had 1 good year, and he just had so much trouble staying healthy. And when he was healthy for the first 3 years of his 4-year deal, he was not playing well until last year, which I think they've got now with the new scheme. They were able to let him go.
Right. And here is some unrestricted free agents that have yet to either be signed by the Bears or signed by other teams.
I'm just shocked that Chris Conti found a new home.
So am I. But, of course, if anybody, it would have been Lovie Smith, and he got him. So
yeah, he's got his yeah, I mean, remember when him and Major Wright were starting? Lovey's got that was a bad combo with Mark Trestman, except I thought Major Wright was a good safety under Lovey.
Yeah.
He was, and then Mark Trestman came. Major Wright just somehow magically was bad. Tim Jennings was bad. Chris Conti was always bad. Jared Allen was bad. Lamar Houston was bad. I mean, think of every defensive player on the Bears in their first year under Trestman just randomly became bad. You know, you kind of wonder if it's Mark Trestman that's the problem.
Yeah, I think so. All right, here's the unrestricted free agents. Lance Briggs, we assume he won't sign with the Bears.
No, I thought I read it looked like he was going to sign with the 49ers, and then he left San Francisco without a deal.
Eben
Britton.
Yeah, okay.
The offensive lineman. He's probably a candidate to be re-signed as they get closer to training camp just because his flexibility to play the offensive line and the tight end positions.
Jeremy Kane, Brian De La Puente.
I'm surprised they haven't re-signed De La Puente because Ryan Pace knows De La Puente from his days with the Saints, and he did a good job last year.
Jay Feely, Danny McCray, Josh Morgan, Montel Owens, Trevor Scott, Daryl Sharpton, and DJ Williams, all yet to
the only
sign.
guys that could potentially be that could be re-signed, in my opinion, would be De La Puente and Sharpton.
Yeah, I could see it happening. We'll have to see. Otherwise, this is going to be definitely a new look team.
Now, did you hear about all these rumors that are saying that Cutler's now going to Tennessee? Again,
I heard that.
Why are these rumors coming out again? We know he's not going to Tennessee.
No.
Why would Tennessee trade their number 2 overall pick in a trade involving Jay Cutler?
Because they're stupid? I don't know. But I don't think. I mean, obviously, it's not going to happen. At least it shouldn't happen. But you never know.
Yeah, I mean, why would you do that when you can just get rid of Cutler next year or the year after? I mean, and what if Cutler has a good year? Then you don't need to cut him. And I mean, if you draft Amari Cooper and give him his own target to develop, he may do a good job.
Right.
I mean, I hope they draft Cooper.
Yeah, I hope they draft Cooper too.
I mean, I know except the reason is this draft is super deep in the defensive end and the outside linebacker positions, where they could go with those positions in rounds 2 and 3 if they draft Cooper.
Right, and we'll have to see what happens with Jameis Winston and Marcus Mariota.
I think Winston's going number 1.
Well, he should go number 1 overall. He's the better athlete.
I mean, I don't think Mariota's going to be that great of a quarterback in the league. I don't think he's going to be that great. I mean,
he'll be better than Johnny Manziel, but I mean,
yeah, I hope that. Yeah, I read that. Did you hear the Browns are now the rumored team to want Marcus Mariota the most?
Yeah. I mean, that just puts you back in a bad situation.
Yeah, I mean, Marcus Mariota and Johnny Manziel.
Well, and Hoyer left, right?
Hoyer left.
So I don't understand what the Cleveland Browns are doing. I mean,
I don't think anybody does.
Are they ever going to go back to the playoffs? No. I think they were in the playoffs in 2007, or was that the last year that they had a good team? I have no clue. But
I mean, last year it wasn't a bad.
No, I think they
team.
finished 7-9, but they were
No, I think they were 9-7.
9-7, but they were in the playoff hunt.
Yeah, if they were 7-9, they would have fired their coach again.